Hello, everyone. This is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This episode is Astral Projection Magical Scams. Before we get into it, real quick, if you'd like to support Astral Club on Patreon, you can do so. You get commercial-free videos in advance on Sundays, and there is an email where we can talk back and forth easily, and you can ask questions. And that link is in the description. Next up, private lessons. If you'd like to learn to astral project, or if you'd like to increase the quality and quantity of your current projections, I'd be more than glad to work with you. If you are interested in finding out more about those lessons, you can go to the description and you'll find an email where you can request more information. Okay, great. Astral projection scams. Well, many of you contact me or mention in the comments. Thanks, Rick, for these very informative astral projection podcasts. All this information about the astral realms and how we can go about increasing our ability with astral telepathy to learn various laws and principles of astral projection and exercises that you can use to increase your chances of having a successful astral projection. But there's also a significant minority that says, gee, Rick, all this stuff is great, but if only you could tell us about a cheap and easy way where we can astral project without all that, work and having to do these various exercises as we fall asleep, and all this effort, which which is a pain. So how can we do astral projection using various magical trinkets that are fairly low cost and don't require any effort on our part? Well, I have found ways to help you, and I think you'll be very grateful. First one comes from eBay, and it is a real black Tourmaline gemstone pendant. It it is copper with a little bit of silver wrapped around it. Now, apparently, tourmaline was used by ancient magicians who relied upon this substance to protect them from earth demons as they were casting their spells. Now, I don't know about you, but the last thing last thing I want when I am casting my spells is a bunch of earth demons getting in my way, annoying me, kind of like a cat who jumps up in your laptop and taps away at the keys and won't move off of the warm keyboard. Well, earth demons, I mean, they're like almost as bad as a troublesome cat. So you don't want them. So what are you going to do about it though? Well, this particular stone is revered as a premier talisman of protection rather, and it's a psychic shield deflecting and dispelling negative astral energies, entities, or destructive forces. Well, that's a heck of a lot in one little pendant. And you might say, well, wait a minute, Rick. What more can it do for me? Yes, it can protect me from earth demons and all kinds of negative energies, but if I'm going to buy this thing, I want more than that. Well, you are in luck because this also guards against radiation and environmental pollutants. And it's useful, highly useful, in purifying and neutralizing your negative thoughts, internal conflicts, and it turns them into positive, usable energy. Now, I know you're thinking, okay, Rick, that's great, but I'm not made of money. Where am I going to get the kind of money to subsidize a magical astral gemstone pendant that not only protects me from earth demons during my spell casting and allows me to get rid of astral negative energies and protects me against radiation and pollution? Well, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised here because for a limited time only, if you mention Astral Club, this will come to you for only $6.20 plus $9.77 in shipping. Now you might say, Rick, why is the shipping more than the actual cost of this highly magical uh, piece of costume jewelry? Well, when you ship highly charged magical items by the U.S. Post Office, and very few people know this, but uh, you have to pay. It's extra because it's got to get, they got to put it in packaging that is magic leakage, preventative. So that's why you got to pay that extra money. So I think that explains that. But $6.20 plus 9.77 shipping, that's a bargain and a half. Number two, the medieval magical astral charm. It promotes good health and ability to concentrate and astral project. It has a star with an alchemical sign on one side and another star on the reverse. Apparently, during the early medieval period, traditional magic used charms like this. And this particular charm uses magical powers of the planets with arcane elemental symbols, angelic glyphs, the Key of Solomon, and the ruling angel's name. These medieval magical charms draw upon a myriad of magical sources, not just one, not just two, not even just three, but a myriad. And a myriad's definitely more than three. I'm pretty sure. Definitely. Yeah, it must be more than three. At any rate, this particular potent and magical charm comes also in a free gift box. I mean, what more can you ask? Now, this is a little bit more dear, but I still think very affordable for those interested in its magical astral abilities. $15.77 US plus $9.77 shipping. Once again, if you're going to throw the kind of magic in the post office, you got to pay for it. Well, those two are from eBay, and I must say eBay has cleaned up its act a little bit. So I had to go to Etsy to get some really effective magical stuff. I mean, these are just the entrance to this magical wonderland that's going to help you astral project for pennies on the dollar. So next up is number three. It is the astral bath. Now this listing is for a 30-minute uh, distant astral bath. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but the astral body can trap our emotions, our negative beliefs, our negative feelings, and forgotten painful memories, and can attract negative energy and negative entities. So, having a bright and clean astral body is good for us and helps us to attract a better life and good karma. So, this very powerful distance session will require full name, including your middle name. So, if you have that embarrassing middle name, sorry, you have to cough it up. And also, a photo is required for the healing. I mean, you can't get magical astral abilities without coughing up identifying personal information. Now, can you? Now, it's been a while, probably since you've looked into astral bath cleaning products. They've gone up in price like everything else nowadays. Um, it's just it's the way it is. All the costs associated with astral baths. You know, sorry, the components go up, and so does the price of the item. But I think you'll still be pleasantly surprised because this astral bath, this astral cleansing for a limited time only with this ad is only $61.14. And I challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, to find a cheaper, more effective way to cleanse your astral body than this particular astral bath. Number four, the astral projection spell. Now, they start with what is astral projection. I'm not going to read that because if you're on this channel, you know what it is. But What is this spell casting ritual? After all, you must be curious because, not every astral projection spell is equal. So let's find out what makes this particular one different. Well, this is a white magic casting as opposed to a black magic casting. Therefore, there's no negative ramifications or bad karma associated with it. And the last thing you want in your astral projection spell is bad karma, am I right? Well, apparently it's a blend of energy manipulation and redirection. There's herb burnings, there's candle magic, there's meditation, there's chants to be performed by the spellcaster during the casting. Now, um, what is done to prepare and conduct this ritual on your behalf? And this is quite interesting. Well, they will be setting you up on a personal altar for this process, both you and your partner, for the duration of this ritual. So I imagine they're going to make up or mock up your little pictures and stick it on their little altar. So before starting this ritual, all materials used will be purified by the spellcaster so as to clear all outside energy that has been picked up on the journey to this point. And let's face it, when you're looking for an astral projection spell casting, you want to make sure that the component materials have been properly cleansed. I mean, you don't want someone else's bad karma or negative influences to have leaked into your particular components, causing uh, a dilution, a something wrong occurring with your spell casting. So you want to make sure you're safe. You always want to be safe out there, people. So make sure you have proper protection. Make sure you clean your spell casting components before using them in your astral projection spell. So, rest safely assured, these are properly sterilized, I imagine, on the astral plane. Uh, each day, a different candle will be burned with the herbs and the crystals to manipulate and redirect the energy to meet what is needed to be done for your current situation or your goals. And during this time, the spellcaster will be using chant meditation with the assistance of their gifts to access and communicate with your energy spirits and the source energy of the universe. Now, for this particular casting, however, they will also require your full name, your date of birth, uh, but they won't require photos. So it's a little bit different. They don't mention whether they need your social security number for U.S. residents or credit card numbers. Who knows? That's identified information. It might help the spell, but they don't particularly mention that. So you're probably wondering, all this sounds like a lot. So, I mean, how much is all of this going to cost? Well, I think you'll be, nicely surprised to learn that this particular astral projection spell is only $55.55, which I think is a literal steal for all of the magical uh, resources, talents, abilities, all of that's going into this particular working. And for 55.55, I doubt you'll find an astral projection spell for a better value than that. Number five, the magical astral Marsh pendant. That's magical astral Marsh pendant. This apatite, APATITE pendant, I guess that's some sort of a stone, is a direct portal to a soothing astral marsh. Would you like to own your own personal piece of the astral realm where no human astral travelers can interrupt you? I mean, the last thing you want to do is invest in a nice astral property somewhere with a southern exposure and then have all these astral humans trespassing all over your property. Nobody wants that. So you're gonna you're going to go into a deep meditation while you wear this particular pendant. Uh, and then you will have the imagery of this cavern and feel it as if you're there. And while you're astral projecting, this pendant will ensure that your little magical marsh area is protected against all intruding forces. You'll be able to dip your toes into the cool water and lose all that stress and tension that afflicts you during the day. As you inhale, you will notice the scent of fresh air rushing into the cavern, and nobody wants caverns that aren't properly aerated. I mean, that is a major no-no. And it's also really negative for resale. So I think that's a very important component right there. You may choose to venture out if you desire and find yourself in a lush forest. However, if you want the optional lush forest astral home, that will be an additional 145. That The cost of the magical Astral Marsh pendant is 145, but the optional Woodland Home Astral Realm uh, pendant is also 145. So if it was me, I probably would choose the Woodland Home Astral Realm because I hear the astral marshes are swarming with astral mosquitoes, and the astral humidity. I just don't like high humid environments. So for me, I probably would end up choosing the Woodland Home Astral Realm portal enchanted pendant or necklace, but that's a personal decision. Perhaps you prefer astral marsh property. Hey, whatever works for you. That's the way I look at it. Lastly is number six. Now, number six is something which I think is very important here. Uh, Many people have asked me, Rick, how do I contact my guardian angel or some helping spirit to assist me in the astral? And I've done my best to produce some podcasts which help you to begin that process. But let's say you want an astral slave now. You don't want to wait, okay? You don't want to go through that process of trying to contact and begin a relationship. I mean, why would you want to do all that when you can get your own astral projection spirit slave for what I consider the bargain price of 42 US dollars? So the ad goes on to say, have you ever desired to have your very own spirit to call on to help you with whatever you need? If so, this servitor or slave may be exactly what you need. With this service, you'll be able to create your own spirit to attract whatever you desire. And, who doesn't want that? My goodness. So, what are these servitors or spiritual slaves? Well, apparently, this process will help you to create your own from your own will and your own desire. And this necklace, or rather this spell, I should say, will help you to create this spiritual servant. These servants can help you find love, increase good luck, inspire you, increase your popularity and fame, help you with protection and money, all your magical endeavors, and of course, astral projection. Um, they can also help you with sales if you're in the sales industry, let's say. It can bring your great ideas to life. The options are limitless. And these servants can also stir up your feelings and create an aura of leadership around you. It'll change the way others see you and help you create change in yourself. Now, I don't know about you, but all of that for an easy spell and investment of a mere $42 US is one heck of a bargain. Well, if you found this presentation mildly interesting, perhaps slightly amusing, please hit the like button, share it with those of like minds, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, why don't you make sure that bell button's on so you get informed whenever the Wednesday at 2 o'clock p.m. or the Saturday at 8:15 a.m. That's Eastern Time, U.S. or New York City time. When those videos are posted, you will get notification. Please keep those questions and comments coming. I love that stuff. If you've got any jokes or you have any astral ads that you've seen or looked into or laughed at, why don't you include those in the comments section? And as always, this is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.